Calibrating cybernetics.
Talk to him now.
AT, Andre,
Come on, Dre.
Yep. Trippin with Let's Go. Woo! Trippin with Theobold.
What's your name?
Theo so bold.
Yeah.
Driggity. Let's go. Trippin with Theobold. Trippin.
What are we doing?
Trippin with Theobold.
Come on, Dre.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? And welcome to this episode of Trippin with Theobold. I'm your host, Andre Theobold, and welcome. So before we get started, I want to invite y'all to the like button, hit that subscribe button, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, do all that fun internet stuff like the old people say. What's going on in my throat? Let me get a sip of this water. Yeah, do all that fun internet stuff like the old people say. Now, if you can see, I have a vintage mug here. I got this mug from my grandma's house. You know, I used to drink hot cocoa out this mug. It says it's a Canterbury, Tennessee coffee mug. I think my grandma thrifted this from a hotel somewhere. But this used to be the mug I used to sip hot cocoa out of at my grandma's house when I was a youngin'. So I figured, you know what? Let me go ahead and. Well, first, I'm glad I got the mug because, you know, when my grandma passed away, you know, we cleaned out some things and, you know, RIP grandma. You know, I got this coffee mug, so I had to bring this. I had to bring a piece of home with me. So, shout out to this mug. And yeah, that's what we're doing today, man. We are going to be talking about will Iron Mike take the dive? Will he take the dive? But before we get into that, as you guys know, and Trippin with Theobold land, we have to do these tongue twisties, right? We gotta get the brain and the tongue synced up so there'll be less trippage. But if we do trip, no problem, no big deal. We'll just say, man, come on, Dre. All right, so today's tongue twisty, we are going to do W's. Yay, we are going to do W's because today's episode is Will Iron Mike take the dive? So it starts with a W. That's why we are going to do W. So boom, let's go ahead and get these knocked out right quick. Here we go. So either you guys can read along with me or watch me struggle. The choice is yours. So here we go. Number 1, Wayne went to Wales to watch walruses. Wayne went to Wales to watch walruses. One more again. Wayne went to Wales to watch walruses. Number 2, what veteran ventriloquist whistles? What veteran ventriloquist, oh man, it's a doozy. What veteran ventriloquist whistles? One more time. What veteran ventriloquist whistles? Wow, that one messed me up. Number 3, when you write copy, okay, I got it. When you write copy, you have the right to copyright the copyright you write. Oh, I messed that one up. When you write copy, you have the right to copyright the copy you write. I gotta stop moving my neck. All right, I'm doing that OJ acting. Like you watch old OJ clips, he be talking with his neck. Pause. Here we go. When you write copy, you have the right to copyright the copy you write. One more time. When you write copy, you have the right to copyright the copy you write. Number 4, which wristwatch is a Swiss wristwatch? Ooh-wee, this is a doozy right here. Which wristwatch is a Swiss wristwatch? Man, I can't do it. These are terrible. Which wristwatch is a Swiss wristwatch? Which wristwatch is a Swiss wristwatch? Last one. Will you, William? 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 I said William. That's how the Caribbean say it. William. Black people say William. Weeum. Weeum. Will you Weeum? Will you Weeum? Will you Weeum? Weeum. All right, I think I goofed off enough with that. So those are the tongue twisties for today. Yay. All right, so as you guys can see, my channel is making some slight changes. So as you see right here, got the logo up here for the Trippin' in Thought. So this is an episode that kind of trips in thought. I'm gonna find a way to incorporate that into the Spotify artwork if possible. So yeah, we got that going. As y'all can see, I'm in Theobold Studios. This is my little office, my little den. Theobold Studios, doing upgrades. This is something different that we're doing for now. Soon to come, we're gonna come on, Dre. Soon to come, I'm going to upgrade the audio. Right, I'm gonna upgrade the audio. Right now, I'm using a USB mic, and I want to make sure my audio is coming in crisp, and it's, you know, you guys are getting all of my voice in your head. I want to make sure that I'm resonating all over the internet, everywhere, at full capacity. Right now, USB mics are cool, but sometimes this mic goes in it. But okay, long story short, audio will be improving in the future sometime. Anywho, let's go ahead and get on to the topic at hand. Question of the day is, will Iron Mike take the dive? So if you don't know, on July 20th, I think it's still July 20th, Iron Mike, aka Mike Tyson, aka Iron Mike, is going to be fighting Jake Paul. Right, and I think it's an exhibition fight. I'm not sure what it is. I want to see the terms of the contract, man. That's what I want to see. I want to see the terms of the contract. I want to see like what they sign. I want to see what they sign. Like, I'm looking for the verification. I want to see what they sign. I want to see them physically sign it, and I want to see what they sign, and I want to have access to it. I think that should be public knowledge. You know, so I want to look for that. I want the contract details. You know. Because I think some fishy business. I think it's gonna be some fishy business. That's just my opinion. Okay, so we got to ask more questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, how much is a legacy worth, right? So, well, the question is how much is Mike Tyson's legacy worth to him, right? So, as you guys know, or may not know, Don King and Mike Tyson had. I think Don King hustled Mike Tyson out of money in the past, you know, and then recently, you know what I'm saying, Mike Tyson has had great success with, I said success. I'm not trying to mock Mike, but that's crazy how that just came out. I said success. He had great success, or he's having great success with his hot boxing podcast. I like watching his podcast. His podcast is dope. And then also, I believe he has he's in the cannabis industry. So he's doing well for himself now. And also he had the one-man show. The one-man show I heard was dope. That was I think that brought him in some money. But Jake Paul has different type of money, right? Jake Paul has internet money. Yes, I said internet money. Jake Paul has internet money, you know, so the question is how much is a legacy worth, you know? So I'm not trying to compare Floyd to Mike Tyson, but as you guys know, Floyd Mayweather never lost a fight, right? So I think Floyd is 50-0, right? If Floyd is 50-0, he never lost a fight. So it's like, if you're 50-0 in anything, you know, the price to throw the fight is gonna be super expensive, right? But Mike Tyson, he lost a couple fights. You know, he lost to Buster Douglas. I think he lost to Buster Douglas, lost to Evander Holyfield. You know, so he has some losses. So it's not like, I mean, with Floyd, we've never seen Floyd lose, right? But with Mike, we've seen Mike lose. We've seen him get TKO'd and KO'd. Right, I remember that Buster Douglas fight, man. That shit hurt, man. I was a youngin, And Mike was at that time, Mike was just looked invincible, man. And then when you see Mike get knocked out, um, man, that was scary as a kid, you know, like when you're used to seeing something and then it gets upset. I remember crying after that fight, man, because it was so because I mean I'm still a Mike Tyson fan, but I remember like crying. I remember where I was. I was over at my sitter's house at the piano, and I remember just Mike losing, and that shit hurt, you know. Um, but anyways, I bring this up to say, you know, Mike already lost, so it's like, and I know on his hot boxing podcast, Mike, you know, talked about how, you know, how he wants to knock Jake Paul out, and this is like way before the fight even came up. He was like, man, I wish I could fight Jake Paul, man. I would knock his punk ass or something like that. He said I would knock him out, and you know, he was really talking like, yo, man, I wish I could fight this dude. And now it's looking like the fight is going to happen. So my thing was this always in the works? Was this kind of like some underhand promotion to where it was like, you know what, we're gonna promote this thing all along, make it seem like it's not gonna happen, and then boom, all of a sudden it just happens, right? So I don't know. So now that we kind of have some of the facts, you know, what are your thoughts? All right. I want to pull something up right quick because I pulled this up, and when I made my post on social media about this, people were kind of getting in a hissy fit, you know? People like, see. So I'm looking up Jake Paul and Mike Tyson net worth, right? And then people are like, well, you can't go by that. You really don't know. I'm like, well, I got to go by what I read. I can't just go by what's in my mind. I got to pull up stuff. And if this information is wrong, then it's just wrong. But net worth. There we go. Okay. Okay, here we go. So it says here, actually pull this up so you guys can see. So here it says, as of 2024, Paul's opponent actually, yeah, Paul's opponent actually has a lower estimated net worth with, yeah, that's what I pulled up before. It says, as of 2024, Paul's opponent actually has a lower estimated net worth, with Tyson's value suggested to be around 10 million, despite earning a reported 685 million throughout his boxing career. Wow. Yeah, that's so Mike earned 600. So according to this, Mike earns $685 million through his boxing career, but now his net worth is $10 million, which is still good. I mean, he's technically a millionaire, right? Way more than what I have, you know. But I saw some specific numbers. I want to see where I can find it. Okay. So I saw somewhere where Jake Paul's net worth was somewhere between 17 and 20 million, from the internet money or whatever he's done. And then Mike Tyson's was about 10 million, which is what I saw before. So these numbers are starting to um kind of be consistent, you know. And I'm not pocket watching. I'm just trying to look at information to help me determine what I think is going to happen with the outcome of this fight or this so-called fight, right? So anyways, um yeah, so damn, 685. Yeah, so you got to look at it this way, right? If you're Mike Tyson and you're older, right? This may be the last time you, or if you're older, like if you're in your 50s and you're about to fight, you got to think, you know, you ain't got too many more fights left in you. Or maybe you do, you know? But you have Jake Paul, who's in his 20s still. Mike Tyson is in his 50s. And as of right now, Jake Paul Jake Paul's net worth is twice that of Mike Tyson. So what are the contract details? You know, I think I saw something about contract. Let me see if I can find the contract details. Here you see Mike Tyson contract. Okay, this is just some BS. Okay. This says here, let me actually pull this up. So this says, I feel bad for any dumbass. Jake Paul clears the air on rules for Mike Tyson fight. No, I don't want to see the. I want to see the actual contract. It says, okay, I don't want to show it. It says, whether the rumors hold true or not, the situation needs to be clarified for the fans' sake. Jake Paul took to his Instagram. Jake Paul took to his Instagram. Jake Paul took to his Instagram story some time ago to send a clear message. The Cleveland, Ohio born YouTuber turned boxer who turned 27 in January will fight Mike Tyson on the back of 2 successful outings. Okay, and I want the contract details. I'm getting all these damn pop-ups. That's how you know this is probably some bullshit. Nah, damn that. I want to see the actual contract with the signatures, man. I want to see them sign it. Nah, they gotta do a better job of this shit. So I'm not gonna waste time doing that. But you guys see my point, right? I want to see like the contract that's being signed, and then I want it to be verified, and I want to be able to pull it up on the internet and look at what got signed and look at all the details of the fight. You know, but if you read the 48 Laws of Power, you know, which I indulge in, you know, I'm always trying to get my, as Beanie Siegel said, you know, trying to polish my flaws, you know, with these 48 laws. When you read the 48 Laws of Power, man, you read about people like the Yellow Kid or like P.T. Barnum, you know, Houdini. You read about Anders and Slack. You know, like you read about tricksters, right? Those were, you know, white slicksters. You know, they had a hustle, and to me, it's like if you look at the money Mike Tyson was supposed to have through his whole career, which is supposed to be around 600 something million, and he got 10 million now, just still good money, and it looks like he's being smart with his money. And then you look at Jake Paul, who's like worth double that. What if, you know, Jake Paul has bigger goals? Like, what if Jake Paul is trying to be like the Dana White of boxing, you know, 20 years from now, right? Like, what if he's trying to start his own boxing league, right? That takes off and outdoes boxing as we know it, right? The contract details could be, hey, Mike, do you want 10% of this, or do you want 10% of future earnings from this and an additional, like, you know, X million, right? If you do, got to take the dive. Got to take the dive, you know? If you don't know what the dive is, taking the dive means, you know, you get knocked out or you get fake knocked out, you know? So, me personally, I'm kind of disappointed that I don't want to see any boxer past their prime, way past their prime, have to fight to do anything. To me, they've already earned it, you know? But I mean, it's a free country. The man has a right. If the man, I'm quoting Coming to America, but nah, it's like, I mean, if that's how people want to make their money, you gotta let people make their money, you know? So at the end of the day, what can Mike Tyson gain or lose from this fight, right? So he can gain future earnings of a boxing league or something. He can gain future earnings of something bigger that Jake Paul is building from like a monetary standpoint, you know, which could be huge, right? And then with a loss, like what can he lose, right? Mike can lose if he gets knocked out. It's like he loses another fight, but he still gets paid, you know? And then it's like all the fans will be heartbroken because people love and respect Mike Tyson as a fighter. That's what he's known for, you know? But I think when you look at the 48 Laws of Power and you look at, you know, different hustles and schemes, this one might be up there, right up there with it, you know? And then what could Jake Paul gain from this fight, right? So, he knocks out Mike Tyson, you know, or wins or knocks out or whatever, he can get more respect in boxing, right? He can be like, yo, I'm a legit boxer. I knocked out one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Right? And then that helps build his brand, right? And then that goes towards him, you know, building up his boxing. I don't know what he's trying to do. Like, he might be trying to like get his own boxing league, you know, to where, nah, this is like a legit boxing league. And you got to come, if you want to be taken seriously, you got to come through this league, you know? And that's the thing I don't like about, like here's the thing, right? I don't hate nobody's hustle, but I see the game plan, right? The game plan for, or the business model for Jake Paul Industries, or whatever you want to call it, is he fights fighters who are way out of their prime or out of their prime and who need a payday, right? Mike doesn't need a payday, but, you know, long term, this might be a good business decision for Mike, you know, long term, you know, because, you know, Jake Paul got the internet money on lock. But, you know, is what it is, you know. So what do you guys think? You know, let me know in the comments what y'all think. You know, like I said, I hope Mike Tyson wins. I want the visual of Mike Tyson knocking this dude out, but I don't think it's that simple. I think it's more about strategy, and this is a business move. It's not really this is just the show, or this is just smoke and mirrors, you know. This isn't like, this is a spectacle, but there's something else going on behind the spectacle, in my opinion, you know. Yeah. But do you think Mike takes the dive? Yes or no? You know? But I don't know. I think, like I said, Jake Paul could, like, you know, get a lot. Or what I was saying before was, I don't like the whole, I get the business model, but I don't like it, you know? It's basically, he fights fighters out their prime who needs a payday. And then everyone he fought, you know, especially like Tyron Woodley, because, you know, Dana White wasn't paying them fighters. So, like, you know, Woodley was a beast in MMA. You know, he was beasting out back in the day, but he had no money to show for it. And then Jake Paul came along and probably said, look, man, hey, man, you want some of this internet money? Cool, okay. Take the dive. Remember that shit? When right before he knocked him out, he twisted his wrist. And yeah, I think Tyron took the dive, you know, to get that bread. So yeah, I'm probably gonna put this up as a poll question. Probably gonna put this up as a come on, Dre. I'm probably gonna put this up as a poll. You know, does Mike take the dive? Yes or no? Anywho, that's been today's episode of Trippin' with Theobold. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend. Do all that fun internet stuff like the old people say. And without further ado, I'm out of here, folks. Peace. Yep. Trippin' with Theobold.
Let's go.
Caliente.
Trippin'. Yep. Trippin'. Trippin'. Trippin' with Theobold.
Trippin' with Theobold.